8:06 Hudson Valley Focus live on this Monday morning. I have guests in the studio, Anna and Jim Wood, and they own AspiRub. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
I'm glad you're able to come over from Bloomingburg and join me this morning on a gorgeous morning out there.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
I'm glad. And of course, talking about businesses and just even, I guess before that break, I was talking about our local businesses who support us, the family-owned businesses who really are the backbone of what America is all about. And Anna, I want to start with you. I want to talk about AspiRub, but I first want to talk about your dad.
Okay.
And who actually formulated this product. And what you told me before we turned the microphones on is just an amazing story. Just a couple of minutes, if you will, about your dad, where he came from, and then we'll get into how this product was developed.
Thank you. My dad was a chemist in Cuba, and he fled communist Cuba in 1961. And when he came, he came just with the clothes on his back to live the American dream. He became a citizen 5 years to the date. We spoke English in our house, had hamburgers and French fries, and we were American, by God.
Yes.
But his dream was always to make pain relief at an affordable price for everybody. So he started off first as a stock boy in a Welland drugstore. I believe it was near Greenwich Village. Then he very quickly went on to being a Kent cigarette Pilroy salesman, and his territory was like Brooklyn and the Bronx. And then he was a Playtex salesman. But during all this time, he wanted to be his own boss.
Yes.
He was definitely an entrepreneur. And in the kitchen of our house at 3 o'clock in the morning, he discovered AspiRub. And it's a topical pain relief rub. And the whole family, I remember filling AspiRub when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
We worked before school, after school, and weekends because my father said, this great country gave us an opportunity. You don't need to have fun. You need to work. And here you have me still working.
and that's how it goes. And so with that, your dad developed the product, and what happened there? And let's take it from there up to current day.
1972 was really when it debuted on the market. And he actually got a really great break when he was working with Jeff Snedeker, who was an athletic director for the New York Jets.
Okay.
And actually, Namath did use our product. We couldn't afford his endorsements at the time because we were just starting.
Sure.
But the Jets and a lot of the players did have a lot of benefits from the product. And Jeff actually came on to work with my dad as a rep for the company. The Buffalo Bills used it, and a number of the other NFL teams had used it, but it was pretty low-key at the time. And then he started really branching into the Hispanic market because it was a new niche marketing idea. There was more and more Hispanics coming into the United States, and he was afraid to maybe grow too fast,
right?
Too quickly, too large, and choke him. So he started niche marketing, and we actually sold all over the world. My father was all over Central and South America. We were in parts of the UK, Italy, and AspiRub was very, very large until 2003. When my mother took ill and she had a rare blood disease, and the doctor said that really she didn't have much time to live, and she also had to have an open heart surgery procedure, my dad just closed everything down because at the end of the day, we're about family.
Yes.
And he closed everything down, his dream to take care of my mother. And then she recovered. And she always said it was a miracle, all the prayers. But she did recover. And during her recovery, my father said to me, you and I have to go back and open AspiRub again. I had worked with my father my whole life. Even after college and everything, I worked with Dad. So we were on the track, and we were going to reopen the company when my only brother, died of a massive heart attack at age 48 in his sleep. And that was very devastating because we are very, very close.
Yes.
And then after that, my father said, now's the time. If we don't do it now, I'll never do it. I'm 81, and even though I'm handsome and I'm still feeling young, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then he started losing weight very rapidly, and he just didn't look right. Took him to the doctor. He had stage 3 esophagus cancer. So he has such a faith in God. He said, I'm not going to let anything beat me. He had the surgery. I took care of him. It took about almost 2 years. And then he had to go to the nursing home because he was just so fragile.
Sure.
And it was 2 years ago. It was right after Christmas. He said to me, you're the only thing that I have in this world that is like me. He said, you have to finish what I started. I know I'm dying. and you have to finish it. And I said, but Dad, it's going to take a lot right now.
Sure.
He said, I came from Cuba with a shirt on my back. You can do it. And if not, I'll haunt you when I'm dead. And here you have me. Back in the Hudson Valley. And, I was very fortunate. I had some private investors that saw the ability that I had, believed in the product. I whipped up a small batch in the kitchen. They all tried it. They said, oh, my God, this is like $1 million product.
Yeah.
And they put some money into me. And at that time, I was living in good old Nebraska. My husband's from Kansas.
And, of course, Jim is here with us. And so you got roped into this deal, huh?
Well, yeah, I kind of pushed too because I believe in the product.
Uh-huh.
Because, I've tried it, and it does. It works. My whole family's tried it. It's great.
And then so you came from, you said
Nebraska.
Nebraska. I was just in Nebraska a couple of weeks ago. The back here to get this thing up and running. How long, Anna, has it been that you now have worked to gear this back up?
Well, actually, in December, right around December 21st, will be our first year in business.
Okay.
We did the new stability studies. Everything came back beautiful, just like it did back in the 70s and 80s. So it'll be a year now. So what we did is we started with some of the old distributors. Mm-hmm. And we did start doing some advertising, Little Hispanic Radio and the different newspapers to get the old distributors back on board.
Right.
And we were very fortunate because one of the distributors out of Chicago got us into Walgreens. Walgreens remembered our product.
Wow.
So 11 years had passed.
Yeah.
And Walgreens Corporate remembered AspiRub. And they took it on the first reset presentation, which was last December. So we were in participating Walgreens as of June 2nd, I believe it was.
Of this year. And in the studio with me are Anna and Jim Wood and owners of AspiRub. So a couple of things here. There's something that I'm not going to dwell on today, but it goes actually to part of the things I'm doing in an ongoing series with a fellow Michael Connors from Jackson Hewitt, JTax, business.com. And that's this whole thing about business perpetuation and planning for the unforeseen. I mean, your dad's story, your story forward, really points to how important that is to plan for the unforeseen contingencies that are part of the life we live with.
Absolutely.
And so, Michael comes in with me at least once a month, and we talk about how businesses need to do a better job with their planning and their perpetuation. So, I mean, this is a proof perfect of why that is. Let's get a quick break in. It is 8:14 on Hudson Valley Focus Live, News Radio 1450, 1370 WKIP. I want to come back and talk specifically about the products and where you are with the marketing. Tom Sipos, back in a minute on KIP.
Hudson Valley Focus Live with Tom Sipos. Powered by Foam and Wash. Put a shine on your car and a smile on your face at Foam and Wash Car Wash.
This is Tom Sipos. Learn how WKIP is Monday morning, and I'm happy to say that Anna and Jim Wood are in, and the company is AspiRub. So the business is now back in business, and of course, I think in the days ahead or weeks ahead, maybe we'll tell more about what it means to be an entrepreneur. Yours is a great story from your dad and this whole thing about business planning, and then coming back in and bringing this thing back. One of the things, Anna, that I find interesting in Jim is what you said about Walgreens remembering the product and coming back, which says to me that they recognized a good product and a company that ran itself in a good way.
Yes, absolutely. One of the things that we always pride ourselves in is we will deliver high-quality merchandise, and we put in all the professionals that we need to ensure that. I have PhDs that work with me. I have an in-house director of operations who is just amazing. He makes sure that we do everything by the book, everything by the law, so it protects the consumer.
Yes.
Because for me, it's very, very important to mean what I say and say what I mean. So I protect the consumer. I take the consumer's testimonials as well as any possible negative thing, which we've been lucky. Out of thousands of bottles that we've sold, we had 2 people say that they really didn't feel a difference. So think about that. all the other thousands of people.
Right.
All those testimonials on our website are 100% just brought in from the emails. People that have told me they named it Magic in a Bottle. It wasn't me. You hear all these ads lately, Magic in a Bottle. It was not us. We had 3 different rheumatoid arthritis customers say, you gave me my life back.
That's
this is magic in a bottle.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I can feel my legs again. I had a stage 4 cancer patient that was going to be amputated because she couldn't sleep from the neuropathy pain. She says, my God, I can put it on and I can actually sleep 20 minutes at a pop now, where before I'd walk all night.
Right.
So you've given me my life back. Young athletics, older athletics, soccer players, it really transcends any kind of barrier. You know, I tell everybody 12 years to 120 years, because we all have pains and aches. We all have something, whether it's severe or whether it's minor. Now, I do tell people with chronic pain, this is not a magic giveaway. Right. Nothing is. Chronic pain is a very serious issue, and a lot of people don't understand it. But if this can give you the temporary relief that you can move forward in your life, that you don't feel like you're going to be a hermit, that you can actually go to the supermarket and do your errands.
Have a quality of life back.
Have a quality of life back.
Right.
Then I did my job. I fulfilled what my father's dream was. I am now doing honor to what he wanted to do for such a great country that gave him an opportunity to come here back in '61.
Indeed. And Jim Wood, what's your role in all of this?
Well, I like support her all the time. You know, she is great. She's phenomenal. I mean, you know, I believe in the product. I believe in her. You know, and I do some of the paperwork and stuff like that.
So the business management side of this thing.
Yes, and I do like helps. I set up the plant and stuff like that. So.
Indeed. Well, it's a team for sure. And so your website is AspiRub.com, and can people buy stuff online?
Yes, they can go on and they can purchase the product, and we ship it directly to their home.
Okay.
They can also call our office, and we can also take orders over the phone. The website's going to be revamped. So within a month, you're going to see a totally new website. We're going to have like a media section that people can actually read more about the product, our history. And we're also going to have a dual platform where actual retailers can go in and buy their wholesale prices. Okay. So that's coming within a month. So that's growing as well. And we're doing everything we can to just service everybody.
So the scope of the product line, Anna, what all is out there at this point in time that people need to know about? And what are the products and how are they used?
The first product is our classic AspiRub, which is the one that's available now in most retail stores. Now, Rite Aid did approve us as of January. So our distributor in Houston is doing a phenomenal job getting us into more and more chains and more visible. I've just started a second product that's going to be launched within the next couple of weeks, which is called AspiRub Heat. And this product is truly revolutionary because it does not have capsaicin or the hot pepper. Okay. So it will not create irritation or burning, but it will give you the feeling of a heating pad effect for multiple hours, and it reactivates itself during the day. So you could put it on in the morning, and if, let's say, you're sedentary and you get up and you start walking around and your body heats up a little bit, it'll actually create a heating warmth, and it's still delivering the medicinal factor of the methyl salicylate into the system to help with pain. So it's really a revolutionary heat product. And then we will be debuting an ice product this spring in 2016. So what we want to deliver is that people can have just heat or just ice, not the crazy combination of both together, because either people want one or the other. So we're really looking at innovative formulas that we can give everybody what they need or what they want or what they're looking for. And the one thing I can say is if you think AspiRub is just another product on the shelf, just try it. I'll even give you a free sample because I know that once you try AspiRub, you'll be hooked for life.
Looking at the website with the AspiRub topical pain reliever with oxygen ion luxury bath spa. What is that?
We like to do gift sets for our customers, especially for the holidays. There's a lot of times you might have somebody on your list that you just don't know what to buy for anymore. Right. That maybe they have chronic pain issues. They might be cancer patients. They could have things. So we developed, with a company called Built Right, different products. So we have heating mitts that give vibrating heat. We have booties. We have this little system that goes into the bathtub, and it creates like a whirlpool effect. And with every one of those spa-type items, we have it with a bottle or two of AspiRub, so that this way you can enjoy multiple benefits. Not only the pain relief benefit, but you get a little touch of a little luxurious spa behind it.
And so I'm scrolling down. There's the heated booties and the pain and beauty treatment. This is kind of cool. So where do you? I want to back up for 1 second, Anna and Jim Wood. And again, the website is AspiRub.com. In order to get these products to market, what's the approval process like that you have to go through? Again, we live in a world where I understand the need for some regulation, but sometimes it's a little overbearing, and especially for a business that's trying to grow a business, some of these regulatory barriers are almost prohibitive.
They are. And the only thing I can say, first of all, is to all those entrepreneurs out there, don't quit. No matter how hard it is, find a way. You can always find a way to get around it in terms of working with them and complying, asking for more time, asking for whatever help they can give you. So that's the first thing. Never quit. We are 100% FDA regulated, and we work hand in hand with them. So they give us the rules that we need to follow.
Right.
And we begin to implement them. So we have a clean facility. We have concrete floors. We do the white painting, which, by the way, we didn't hire somebody to do the white paint. Jim and I painted the whole place ourselves. We did it ourselves. And then I drenched myself at AspiRub from the back pains. But that's the main key, is don't be overwhelmed by the regulations. Try, just, pick them off one at a time. Now, I was fortunate, that I had a lot of relationships in the business from so many years. And that's another thing. Try to make friends within the industry and network a little bit. Other smaller to medium-sized companies, they will work with you. They do help you. It's when you get into the big boys, the bigger conglomerates, that they want to push you out because, of course,
they don't want the competition.
They don't want the competition, but they come and they buy you out.
Right.
Every great product was always developed by a little guy, and that's the truth. So I just say stick with it. We do, like I said, we do have SOP regulations. We're a good manufacturing procedure plant, and it all takes time and it takes money. But try to do as much as you can on your own, and then use consultants. So this way you don't feel overwhelmed that you're carrying a big payroll.
Yes.
You only pay for the amount of time they give you, because some of these consultants are wonderful, but they charge $300, $400, $500 an hour, and they're well worth it because they keep you legal, they keep you compliant, they keep you, the product, and the consumer safe, and that's what we're all about.